I know my experience isn't unique. In fact, it's disturbingly become the norm. So I called up my NHS GP to book a non-urgent appointment on something I needed checking out that was probably fine, but, could have been serious if it wasn't fine. My word, you would have thought the surgery had just been sent a challenge on how not to see me. So it turned out the soonest I could get a telephone consultation was 9 days' time in a 3-hour block that I had to keep free. When they finally did call me and I explained the health issue, there was still no offer of a face-to-face appointment. Quite the opposite, actually. It felt like they were doing everything possible to keep me out. So I actually consulted the internet and decided my situation was urgent enough to book a private GP appointment the same day. I appreciate I'm privileged enough to do so and actually believe folk like me should be actively encouraged to do what we can to protect the NHS for those who have no other alternative. But let's just get real about this. Britain is in the midst of a GP crisis. 1 in 3 surgeries has closed to non-urgent bookings in the past year because they are so busy. That's according to the GP magazine Pulse. Meanwhile, 292 surgeries out of 824, that's 35%, had to ration appointments recently. That pushes patients to walk-in centres, to pharmacies and to A&E. Meanwhile, a Daily Mail investigation today, there it is, found GPs are being forced to care for 2,200 patients each because of NHS staff shortages. When you dig into the statistics, it's not hard to see why. So an extra 3.1 million patients have been registered since June 2017, yet the number of fully qualified family doctors has actually fallen by 1,343 over the same period. The government's pledge to hire an extra 6,000 family doctors by 2024, well, it's looking increasingly shaky to me. But this is what a Department of Health and Social Care spokesman said on this today. We are working with the NHS to improve access to GPs, tackle the COVID backlog and grow the general practice workforce to ensure everyone receives the care they need, including making £520 million available to improve access and expand general practice capacity during the pandemic. We've invested £1.5 billion until 2025 to create an extra 50 million appointments a year. But I think it's about time we stop pretending the NHS is providing us a world-class health service. I understand it's heresy to suggest such a thing, but it's true. And we must, as a country, have difficult conversations and acknowledge that throwing money consistently into a bottomless NHS black hole simply ain't working. I would argue, hear me out here, don't panic. I would argue that GP services should not be free at the point of use for folk like me. Because there has to be a way to get out of this crisis and allow the most vulnerable in society, the elderly, the poor, kids, to see a doctor face to face whenever they need to.